Welcome to If News. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss a breaking story. Hello guys, it's time for another news roundup. The stories I have for you this time cover the Russian push for full disclosure of alien contact. The second, a story that seems to have more sticking power than an octopus dipped in glue. Yet another planned Naruto run. This time, the storming may actually have some positive results, with an animal shelter asking people to raid their kennels. Closing out the video, we catch up with our friend the Sasquatch, who has just had a lucky escape after being shot at by a group of campers. So let's kick things off with disclosure. You know from watching this channel, I am a believer that we have long been hosting alien visitors from other worlds here on our little blue rock. Now it would seem that Russian leader Vladimir Putin also thinks the same, and he is pushing for the governments of the world to release what they know. This revelation comes after Stephen Bassett, executive director of Paradigm Research Group International, spent 7 days in Russia trying to persuade Mr. Putin of the importance of lifting the truth embargo that has stopped the world's leaders talking the truth about aliens and sharing what they know with the citizens of their countries. Stephen Bassett is the only registered lobbyist in the US pushing the subject of alien disclosure. He believes that there is a conspiracy theory to hide the truth about aliens, a belief many of us share. He has spoken on how he thinks the truth has been withheld due to the governments of the world fear of the impact of revealing that extraterrestrials are real and what it would do to religion and the rule of law. Mr. Bassett is a firm believer in the Roswell crash and all the stories which surround the 1947 incident. Mr. Bassett was interviewed for a Russian documentary. A PRG statement said, during the interview, which will be broadcast in Russian in August, Bassett discussed various considerations that might prompt Russian President Vladimir Putin to make the first formal acknowledgement by a head of state regarding an extraterrestrial presence engaging the human race. There was discussion on the various considerations which might need to be met in order for Russian President Vladimir Putin to make an historic speech and the first formal acknowledgement by a head of state that an extraterrestrial race has been interacting with humanity. The meeting looks like it could be the first serious consideration of full disclosure, as Bassett also met former Soviet and Russian military agency officials, who are now pushing for the same goal. They have had experiences that made them believe in alien visitations, and also want their stories known. Mr. Bassett went on to say, since 1945, the United States and the Soviet Union / Russia have spent in excess of $40 trillion contesting over political and economical ideologies, fighting proxy wars around the world and building the most dangerous threats to the human race ever conceived. The Cold War has never really ended, with gaming, brinksmanship and destructive policies continuing from both sides. While humans have continued to destroy each other and the biosphere in which they live, there is a galaxy full of life waiting to be engaged. The extraterrestrial reality transcends politics, religion, race, and war. The embargo on this truth has accomplished nothing but delay the advancement of human civilization. Any number of heads of state could end this embargo at any time, and it can't come soon enough. What the keepers of the truth embargo either fail or refuse to realize is a post-disclosure world could be the bridge between the US, China and Russia that would permit the necessary geopolitical realignments, setting up a new course away from the seemingly permanent war economies, wasting vital resources and keeping the world always on the brink. So do you think that in this current politically charged climate, the Russian disclosure of extraterrestrial life visiting this planet would cause more or less conflict? Could it be a cause for us to unite as a species? The revealing of us not being alone in the cosmos, saving us from the threats of conflict which are growing all over the world today. The next story is something a little lighter and a bit of an online craze that just won't die. The Naruto run phenomena may have started with Area 51 and later grown to cover raids on cryptid animals like Nessie and Bigfoot, but it has culminated in an idea of a raid that could actually have a positive result. An Oklahoma animal shelter has just been at the forefront of another Naruto run campaign. They are hoping to get people through their doors so they can adopt animals rather than discover aliens. Come storm our shelter, they say. Oklahoma City Animal Welfare wrote in a Facebook post on Friday, "We have great animals ready to protect you from the Area 51 aliens. Adoption isn't that far out of this world. Hashtag storm shelter." The post, complete with photos of dogs wearing tinfoil hats, is a reference to the viral Facebook event Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop All of Us. The page describes a raid on the storied US Air Force Base to see them aliens, purportedly scheduled for September. These Naruto runs are becoming a bit of a craze. It seems every week there is a new one. We now have Storm Ogopogo, a group effort to find the elusive monster, and I have already mentioned Nessie and Area 51, the now grandfather of all Naruto runs. September looks like a month when many secrets will be uncovered or when many people will feel massive disappointment. Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop Us All now has over 2 million people from all over the world who mark themselves as going, and an additional 1.4 million who are interested. Storm Lake Okanagan currently only has 46 interested, and the Nessie run has over 27 people who have marked themselves as attending and another 51,000 as interested. One thing is guaranteed: September is going to be an interesting month. The final story I found and bring to you is a cryptid tale. The ever elusive Bigfoot having a narrow escape when campers took shots at the creature. Bigfoot was spotted at a campsite and a man decided to take aim at the beast. The group of campers were left terrified after a Bigfoot sighting sparked gunfire to ring out in the middle of the night. The story tells of how an unsuspecting couple got the fright of their lives during a recent camping trip after a man claimed he had seen Bigfoot and decided he would take the big guy out. He raised his rifle and let the lead fly. The wild man of mystery was spotted at Mammoth Cave National Park in Kentucky in the United States on a family's weekend trip to the woods. Camper Brad Ginn told local news outlets he and his girlfriend were woken up by a man and his son at around 1 a.m. Ginn said the man had told the couple the pair were going to investigate strange noises coming from the woodland. 5 minutes later, Ginn said a gunshot rang out and the man returned, claiming he had seen Bigfoot emerge from the woods. Spooked by the encounter, the pair fled and reported the incident to the authorities. Law enforcement confirmed rangers had responded to a report of a person with a firearm at one of the park's campsites. Molly Schroyer, a spokeswoman for Mammoth Cave National Park, said the investigation is ongoing and the park is safe to visit. An alleged Bigfoot was last spotted in Ontario, Canada earlier this year, when the beast appeared to have been caught on camera walking through a snow-covered forest. In the video, a large dark figure can be seen poking out from behind the trees, its eyes catching the glint of the man's torch. Suddenly, the mysterious figure jolts and the man filming takes off running as he struggles to scramble away from the scene. Believers of the hairy creature were quick to comment, with one remarking, "It's the first time I've seen footage of a Bigfoot baring its teeth like that." So what are your thoughts on these stories? Had you read them? Is there anything you would like to add, or have I missed something out? Let me know in the comments below. As always, if you like what I do here on the channel, hit that red button, like and share. You can catch the latest by searching We Are If. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.